over her candy bar. My quote says, "What you imagine sometimes comes true." I'm pretty sure Grandpa Joe said that. I remember reading the scene where Charlie finds the golden ticket like it was yesterday. I was 10 or 11, and I got so excited that I jumped up and down on my bed. My grandmother came rushing in to see what was going on. She'd never heard of the book, and I begged her to read it when I was done. After that, she read everything I read. Sharing those books brought us closer. Mrs. Pratt put on her reading glasses and studied her label. "The quote on mine is, 'We are all a great deal luckier than we realize.'" She peered at Jane over her glasses. "Isn't that a bit philosophical for children?" Jane shrugged. "Their parents will get chocolate bars, too. I want guests of all ages to feel lucky this weekend. Speaking of which, I'm going to put all the goodies for our first golden bookmark winners in the fairy tale suite. That way, when the Gilbert family goes into their room, they'll see all of them at once." "I remember when you first mentioned the golden bookmark program," said Eloise. "The idea of giving a free Storyton Hall vacation to a couple or family who couldn't afford it is so like you, Jane. It makes me proud to be your friend." Compliments embarrassed Jane, so she smiled and kept talking. "Do you gals want to share your contributions before we have tea?" Mabel clapped her hands. "I thought you'd never ask. As soon as you told me about the storybook supper, I contacted the Gilberts to find out who their favorite children's book characters were. After that, I started sewing." As usual, the women were gathered in the living room of Jane's house. She lived in what had once been the hunting lodge on the original estate. Like the manor house, the hunting lodge had been dismantled from its original seat in the English countryside and rebuilt in a remote, bucolic valley in western Virginia. The front half of the lodge no longer housed guns and dog kennels, but Storyton Hall's fleet of vintage Rolls-Royce sedans. The back half was home to Jane and her twin boys. The twins, Fitzgerald and Hemingway, were currently upstairs in their room. Eloise had gifted them with several new comic books, and the boys had raced off to read them. Mabel shot a glance toward the stairs before opening the lid of a rubber storage box. "I have the twins' costumes in here, too. I want them to be a surprise, so I'm only showing you what I made for the Gilberts. I think you'll guess which book they love best." She pulled a pair of denim overalls and a flannel shirt out of the box. "These are for Max, the dad. Mom's next. Her name is Alika. Betty, would you grab the other end?" Betty helped Mabel hold up the black poncho with the glittering white spiderweb design. Mabel put the poncho aside and pulled out a hat shaped like a spider. The spider had a sweet face. She had 2 eyes instead of 8, pink cheeks, and a kind smile. "If you haven't figured it out yet, Peter's outfit will give it away," said Mabel. She showed the cover girls a pink pig costume designed for a young boy. "Charlotte's Web?" Anna guessed. Mabel gave her a thumbs up. "Yep. The daughter, Fern, was named after the little girl in E.B. White's book. That's why she has overalls like Uncle Zuckerman, a.k.a. Max Gilbert. And I put a rubber rat in the bib pocket of Fern's overalls. I had to make sure Templeton made it to the party. He's my favorite character." "Mine too," said Violet. "Whoever thought a rat could be so likable?" "Mrs. Templeton would disagree," said Jane, referring to Storyton Hall's head housekeeper. "Not even a shared surname could save a rat from her broom." The women chortled. They talked about the Gilberts' costumes, the Charlotte's Web animated film, and their favorite fair foods, until Mabel reclaimed their attention. "Both of the Gilbert kids are named after book characters. Alika named Peter after the little boy in The Snowy Day. Alika read it aloud every day of her pregnancy, and when Peter was born, he loved seeing a book character that looked like him. Alika was excited to hear that some of the picture book conference events are open to the public. The panel on diversity in children's books is right up her alley." Phoebe pointed at the pig costume. "Wait, you said that Alika named Peter, not Max and Alika." "The Gilberts are a blended family," Jane explained. "Fern and Peter are step-siblings. Though they look nothing alike, their parents say that they're thick as thieves. And they're only a year apart, which made it easier to pick out books for them." Eloise held up a box set of paperbacks. "My contribution is this Rule doll set, 15 books in total."